Welcome back to their video. In today's video, we have Grand Slam Australia presented by AEW. Pretty interesting show, their first time in Australia, so should be a pretty good turnout with the matches that we have. I can only imagine how good this show will be. But yeah, how we feel?
Yeah, most AEW kind of isn't a pay-per-view necessarily. This is kind of special collision, but it's kind of like pay-per-view themed, I guess. And anytime they do one of these, it's always really good. So yeah, very excited for this one. There's some pay-per-view worthy matches, if anything, on here, and yeah, definitely something to be excited for.
Let's kick things off with the Women's World Championship, where Mariah May will be taking on timeless Toni Storm. Who you got winning?
Yeah, this one I'm just gonna simply go with Toni Storm. I think it's gonna kind of coincide with another pick I have later on the card. But yeah, I think this has been a long-running feud. We've seen probably one of the best Mariah May promos that we've seen on the Dynamite that just passed as of the recording of this. But yeah, it was a very good Mariah May promo. Excited to see what she has moving forward. However, I do think Toni Storm is gonna win it here and take back the gold that she lost.
Yeah, I could definitely see a world where Toni Storm does come out on top of this match. However, I am going to go Mariah May. I still think she has a few more defenses under her belt left. So, yeah, I don't know who really she will lose it to. Maybe it's a Willow. Maybe it's a Chris Statlander. But I'm going to go Mariah May. But next up, we have the Continental Championship on the line where Kazuchika Okada is taking on Buddy Matthews, the best of Japan versus the best of Australia, according to Buddy Matthews. But who do you got winning?
Yeah, this is definitely like a 50-50 one. I could definitely see it going either way. AEW doesn't tend to give like the hometown hero the championship or like the win every time, kind of like how WWE does. They seem to do it a little more than what AEW does. So this one, like I said, it's kind of 50-50. However, Okada's reign has been a little underwhelming as of late. So I will go with Buddy Matthews. Maybe that's a good Kickstarter for him and his new group, the Hellhounds. And yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see either way. I definitely agree that it's a close call for whoever wins this match. I am going to go Buddy Matthews, though. I do think that with the release of Malachi Black, that they're going to get some type of push with all three of them in the Hounds of Hell or Hell's Hounds, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I think this is, like you said, a Kickstarter for Buddy Matthews' future in AEW, and a big win over Okada here can definitely propel him into a next level down the line. But next up, we have the TBS Women's Champion on the line, where Mercedes Moné take on Harley Cameron. Who do you got winning?
So this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier with my Toni Storm pick, because I'm gonna have a surprise here, and that is Harley Cameron getting the win. It'll be a shocking, surprise, tricky win, however it is. Maybe we looked it up the other day. Camille is still listed on their roster page, and last time we seen her, she was just getting disrespected and just. I forget exactly how she kind of got written off TV with that, but something happened between the two, and yeah, maybe this is how she returns, and she cost her the belt, gives it to Harley Cameron. But yeah, I am going with Harley Cameron, which frees up Mercedes to go after Toni Storm after this.
Yeah, I would love to see Mercedes and Toni. I think that's one of the best matches AEW can do right now that hasn't been done already. But yeah, I do think there is a realm where Harley Cameron does win this. And I do really want to go with her. She's definitely impressed me a lot over the past few weeks, even months now as well. She just continues to improve on the mic. So hopefully in ring she has also improved. I can only imagine she has. But yeah, I am going to go Mercedes Moné to hold the belt for a little while longer. Unfortunately, I don't think Harley Cameron gets the job done in her home country.
Yeah, and Harley Cameron's also kind of in that same boat as Mariah May with me, because Harley Cameron also cut her best promo tonight as of the recording of this as well. It was amazing. She did like a quick music video, ventriloquist, puppet show, like everything in one, and then at the end it was just kind of a deep promo. But it was amazing. I never seen anything like it. It was a one of one, which I always just enjoy those a little bit more and give them a little bit more credit for doing that. So yeah, good on Harley Cameron.
Yeah, and then next up we have Jay White and Cope taking on the Death Riders, a combination of Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Who do you got winning?
Yeah, I think this one. I don't know who I want to pick for this one, because I kind of have a feeling that one of either Jay White or Cope is gonna join the Death Riders. I don't know why. I just kind of got that vibe tonight on like the go home show before this. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I just do. So I am gonna go with the Death Riders on some kind of weird win. I don't know how it'll end exactly, but I think something weird will happen. I don't necessarily think it'll be Cope. I'm leaning more towards Jay White because they already kind of announced that Cope and John Moxley are having their title match at Revolution. But I think that might be something up with Jay White. And he also came out in the all black tonight as well, which is, at least in WWE, it's a kind of like a telltale sign that something might happen soon. But yeah, I have some kind of tricky win happening where, you know, maybe someone turns on somebody or there's a return of somebody or something happens where the Death Riders pick up the win here.
Yeah, I definitely could see that happening. However, I am going to go Jay White and Cope. Like you mentioned, Cope will have a world title match against Mox at Revolution. So I think this is the way you set it up. I don't think Mox is going to get pinned here, but I do think Claudio's probably going to eat the pin here. And really, I don't know what you do with Jay White after this. Does he keep supporting Cope, or if, like you said, does he turn on him, or some type of, you know, swerve that we get from it? But I am interested. Hopefully, Jay White, if Cope doesn't get the job done at Revolution, hopefully Jay White is at least one of the guys that can potentially take it off of Mox finally. But in the last match, we got Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega take on Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita, a super tag team match right here. But who do you got coming out on top?
Yeah, I just don't see a world where Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are both gonna take a loss. So I will go with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega for this one. I think this will be a banger. Could be a show stealer. But yeah, four of the best just in-ring wrestlers right now in AEW are just in wrestling in general. So yeah, very excited to see what the, I guess, quality of this match will be.
Yeah, this match is, this is probably the match I'm most excited for just because of how crazy this can get. Like you mentioned, all four of these guys are at the top of their game right now and are for the best in not only AEW but in all of professional wrestling right now. But I agree. I do think Ospreay and Omega get the win here. It's really hard to say that two of the best wrestlers in the world, when they team up together, they can lose. But eventually they're going to have to lose, and I don't think that's tonight or on Saturday. But yeah, I definitely think this will be one of the best matches. What match are you most excited for, though?
Probably Mariah May, Toni Storm. There's a lot that could kind of happen here, as well as Mercedes and Harley, because Harley is someone who I've gotten just super behind in the past few weeks in the kind of the lead to this match. I kind of expected this match to happen even before it was announced. I was kind of telling you that I was predicting it to happen and hoping it would happen. And before I was kind of hoping that she would just get the match, and I was kind of, Mercedes is definitely going to win. But now they made me believe that Harley Cameron could get the win here. Now, obviously, that's their job, and you know, they're supposed to make you believe. So, you know, maybe it could just be buying into, you know, what they want me to buy into just to swerve me and have, you know, Mercedes get the win. But, you know, I think Harley Cameron getting the win would be a big surprise, a cool win. It'd be amazing for her. And I'm excited to see what exactly happens there.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job, especially on this go-home show for Grand Slam, of kind of making everything feel special. I really like the stuff that Harley and Mercedes are doing right now. I think it's some of the best stuff we've seen from kind of both of them, really. And then you have the Ospreay Omega stuff, which is just, that kind of writes itself. That's going to be so interesting to watch because it's for the best. But Mariah and Toni, they obviously have a long-going history now that is only going to get worse and worse, or more brew on brew, I should say. That's another big one. And then Okada and Buddy is a really cool matchup. And surprisingly, the one with the world champion is kind of the match I'm probably least excited for, which is kind of crazy to say. But yeah, that is Grand Slam predictions. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.